Hi, my name is Dan Driscoll and I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at Harbor Health Services. And as many of you know, we have for a number of years issued a periodic, okay, you can edit that. As you know, for many years we have issued a weekend update with Dan Driscoll, which is sent out over our email system. And in the weekend update, I try to bring you up to date on things that are going on around Harbor Health Services and around the country which could affect Harbor Health Services. Well, thanks to our smart folks in the marketing department, pretty soon we're going to be able to offer a weekend update on the intranet as well. So for those of you who would prefer to watch a live video version of what goes on in Weekend Update, you'll have that option in the very near future. Let me just tell you about one quick thing that is going on right now. As you know, we have a beautiful new building here at Morton Street, which houses both the Elder Service Plan and the Central Administrative Offices for Harbor Health Services. That was our #1 priority for many years. With the successful completion of this building, our next priority is a new community health center for the Mid-Upper Cape Community Health Center in Hyannis. We have purchased a building, as it was reported in prior weekend updates, and we're working on the financing for that building when we ran into a bit of a snag. If you read the newspapers, you know our economy is not in great shape. We have been working with several bankers to try to get a loan to redevelop the building. As I said, we already own it. And we ran into some reluctance on the bank's part not to loan Harbor Health money, but to loan Harbor Health as much money as we wanted for that particular building. So we were in the process of discussing it and working it out when the federal government, much to our surprise, announced that they would be offering another round of construction grants for new community health centers. And we would apply for that. We would be eligible to apply for that. So here's the upside. The upside is that if we get this grant, instead of having a 25-year mortgage, we would own nothing. We would own the building outright. The downside is that we have to suspend the work on that building until we apply for that grant and hear back from the federal government. The federal government would not pay for any costs that were incurred prior to the award of a grant. So, upside and downside. The upside is we face the potential of, instead of having a 25-year mortgage to pay off, having the redevelopment work on that building completely paid for by the feds. The downside is, A, we might not get that grant. If we don't, we will go right back into the world of banking and get a loan. And the other downside is that we now have to delay for a year. We have to wait until that application can be filed, and that will be filed this winter in December. And then we have to wait until next April to see if we were one of the lucky ones that were chosen. So like many things in life, there's good and bad. The possibility of having that building completely redeveloped with, by the way, more space than we could afford if we got a loan, that potential upside seemed to outweigh the inconvenience and the disappointment of having to wait for another year. So I've spoken with the staff at Mid-Upper Cape Community Health Center. As you can imagine, they're disappointed, but most staff understand that the possibility of having no mortgage for the next 25 years is a real important advantage. So we will be delaying, but we will be building out that center. As I told you, we already own the building, so we're definitely going to build it out. And if the grant application is not successful, then we'll go right back to work and work something out with the bank. So that's the latest for now. Thanks, and you'll be hearing from us more on the intranet.